Hello everyone, I am Kajal Jha, lecturer in Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. Today's topic is unit number 4, that is 8051 instruction sets and programming, electrical engineering department. In unit number 4, the syllabus is we have to study in that unit number 4 is addressing modes of the 8051 microcontroller. Then we learn here totally about the 8051. So addressing modes of that, then instruction set. In an instruction set, we learn different types of instruction sets instructions, that is we use the instruction for data transfer, then logical arithmetic, after that branching, then machine control, after that stack operations, then boolean instructions, then assembly level language programming, that is ALP, then software development cycle, editor, assembler, then cross compiler, what is linker, then locator, after that compiler, then assembler directives, like that. So first introduction of that chapter is the microcontroller has its own instruction set in order to carry out the specific function or operation. The 8051 and its compatible version microcontroller have 255 instructions. So for example, add a comma r0 comma add a, then r1 add a r7. These instructions perform the same operations, that is addition of the accumulator and register of the specified memory bank. But there are 8 registers in the memory bank, so each instruction is considered as a separate instruction. So we will go further for a next slide, that is what are the addressing modes present in 8051. So addressing modes are classified into 5 types. So first is immediate addressing mode, then register addressing mode, after that direct addressing mode, register indirect addressing mode, and index addressing mode. So we learn each addressing mode in detail. So an addressing mode refers what uh, first of all we learn what is the addressing modes and why we are using the addressing modes here. So the addressing modes refers to how you are addressing a given memory location. Each of these addressing modes provides the important flexibility, and so in summary we will go for each addressing modes and example of that addressing mode. So first is addressing mode is nothing but the CPU can access data in a various ways, which are called as addressing modes. So the addressing modes are immediate, then register, direct, register, indirect, and index. The last three modes actually access memory. That is nothing but the direct, then register, indirect, and index addressing mode is access the memory. After that, so first, immediate addressing mode. In this addressing mode, the data is provided in the instruction itself. So the data is provided immediately after the opcode. Okay. So the source operand is constant. Here, the immediate data must be proceeded by the pound sign. Okay, if you see any in an instruction, if you see the pound sign, then that addressing modes is nothing but the immediate addressing mode. So can load the information into any registers, including the 16-bit DPTR. DPTR is nothing but the data pointer register, which we will see in our previous chapter. So here some examples are given there, that is move a comma hashtag 25h. These instruction load the 25h, that is the value, into directly into a. Okay, so here the 25h is directly loaded to a, so a is equal to here now 25h. Then move r4 comma hashtag 62, so the load the decimal value 62 into r4. Then move b comma hashtag 40h, that means it load. Okay, then b is loaded with 40h value. After that move dptr comma hashtag 4521h, that is dptr is equal to now 4521h, that is a data pointer. So if you see, if you have to identify addressing modes of the given instructions, then if the instruction is represented by hashtag, okay, then this instruction is nothing but the immediate addressing mode. So immediate addressing mode, the value will be stored, the value to be stored in the memory or a register immediately follows the operation code in memory, that is the part of the instruction. The way we identify and use the immediate addressing method is by using the hashtag sign, that is nothing but the pound sign. Okay, so when any number or operand is preceded by the hashtag sign, then the addressing mode is nothing but the immediate addressing mode. Okay, so these addressing mode can be used when a number is to be placed in a register or a memory location. Hence the length of the instruction is a 2 byte for a 8 bit operand and a 3 byte for a 16 bit operand. If operand size is 8 bit, then the instruction length is nothing but 2 byte. But if the operand is 16 bits, okay, 16 bit operand we use, then the instruction length is nothing but 3 byte. Okay, so if we see the format of immediate addressing mode, then first byte is nothing but first byte contain opcode. Okay, first byte contain the opcode and second byte contain the 8 bit operand. Okay, this is for 8 bit operand. And if you use the 16 bit operand, then first byte contain the opcode, then second byte contain the LSB of the operand, that is the least significant bit of the operand, and third byte contains the MSB bit of the operand. Okay, this is nothing but the format for writing any instructions for 8 bit and 16 bit length. So next is immediate addressing mode. DPTR can also access as a 2-bit register. So the high byte DPH and low byte DPL. So here DPTR is 16-bit operand. So we will see how we can write that. Then move DPTR comma hashtag 2550H is the same as move DPL comma hashtag 50H, that is DPL means data pointer low. So we taken 50, that is 2550. So 50 is nothing but the LSB of the bit. Okay, this is the LSB of the bit operand. So we take the DPL is the 50H and move DPH, that is hashtag 25H. So we get DPTR is equal to hashtag 2550H. So move DPTR hashtag 68975, this is illegal value. Okay, because the value is in between the 65535, that is 4 times FFH. Okay, 4 times FH. This is if the DPTR moves the greater than value, that is nothing but the 65535, then it is the illegal value, because memory can access the 16-bit operand and this is a greater than 16-bit. So this is the illegal operation or illegal value. Then immediate addressing mode, we can use EQU directive to access the immediate data. Okay, so count EQU 30. That means here if we see the next instruction, that is move R4 comma hashtag count, then it loaded 30. Okay, so R4 is nothing but 1E, that is nothing but 30. Okay, this is nothing but the 30 value. Then move DPTR comma my data. So DPTR is loaded by 200H, because ORG it starts from 200H and my data is equal to DB that is data byte America. So we can also use the immediate addressing mode to send the data to 8051 ports. So if here we immediate addressing also use the EQU directive, and we can also use the immediate addressing to send data to any port. Okay, so here we if we give the instruction move p1 comma hashtag 55h, that means port 1 is loaded by 55h value. After that, register addressing mode. After that, register addressing mode. In the register addressing mode, the source and destination, okay, the source and destination data should be present in a register R0 to R7. These are some examples of the register addressing mode. So, for example, if we move a comma r0, that means this instruction copy the content of r0 into a. Means if r0 is loaded with the value 4h, then now a is loaded with the value 4h, because the value in the r0 is copied to the value at the address of the a. Okay, so a is nothing but now a is equal to 4h. Okay, so move r2 comma a, that means copy the content of accumulator into r2. Okay, add a comma r5, so add the content of r5. Here add instruction means add the content of r5 into content of a. Okay, if r5 contain r5 is equal to 3 and a is equal to 4, if r5 is equal to 3 for example and a is equal to 4, then uh, what is the new value for a? That is 4 plus 3, that is 7. So a is loaded with the 7 value. Okay, so add a comma r7, that means add the content of r7 to content of a. Move r6 comma a, that is nothing but the save accumulator into r6, or copy the value of data of a into r6. So register addressing mode, in the register addressing mode, the all operand, that is nothing but source and destination, are located in a working registers, that is nothing but r0 to r7. DPTR, then B, A register and B register of the microcontroller. So the source and destinations register are specified by opcode itself. So the length of the instruction in this addressing mode is 1 byte only. In this addressing mode, instruction may have one or two operands. In a single operand instruction, only one register is used. For example, increment R0. Okay, so only one register is used. In a two operands instruction, two registers are used. For example, move A, comma R1. So format for if the source and destination must be matched in size, that is if the example is move dptr comma a, that gives error because dptr is 16 bit and a is 8 bit. DPTR is 16 bit and A is 8 bit, so source and destination must be matched in size. They are not different in size, they are matched in size. If move R1 comma A is here, then it is right, but if move DPTR comma A, then it is wrong. Okay, so because DPTR is nothing but it is a 16-bit register and A register is a 8-bit register, so it is not match in size. So here this example or these instruction give the error in programming. Then next, register addressing mode, move dptr comma hashtag 255 f5h, that is move r7 comma dpl. This is right, move r7 comma dpl is right, and move r6 comma dph is right, because dpl is 8 bit and r7 is also 8 bit, so it match into size. Then the movement of data between rn register is not allowed, so move r4 R7 is invalid because two registers, that is from R0 to R7, so movement of data between the Rn registers where n is nothing but it is a number from 0 to 7. Okay, so this is not allowed, so movement of this data is not allowed between the Rn registers, because move R4 comma R7 is not allowed or it give the error. This is the invalid instruction. Next is direct addressing mode. It is most often used the direct addressing mode to access the RAM locations starts from 30 to 7FH. Then here move R0, 40H. That nothing but it save the content of a RAM location 40H into R0. It gives only the location. Okay, it gives only the memory location, not value. Then move 56H, comma A. So save a content of A in a RAM location 56H. Okay. Then move R4, 7FH. That is nothing but move contents of the RAM location 7FH to R4. That means on 7FH, what are the content is given, that content will copy uh, into the R4. Okay, if on a 7FH memory location some data is present, that is 55H, this data is present, then 55H is copied into R4 register. Okay, this is nothing but the direct addressing mode. It means here the direct address will given. Okay, direct address will give you and after that the instruction execute, then the instruction will execute what, the data which is present at that address is copied into the register. Okay, so the register bank location are accessed by move A, 4, then is the same as move A, R4, which means copy R4 into A. Okay, that is nothing but the it gives the location. That is, if you write move A, 4, then it will access the content of the R4. That means, which means the copy R4 into A. Okay, then move A, 7 means what? Move which means copy R7 into A. After that, register indirect. Okay, wait. So direct addressing mode is as a name because the value to be stored in a memory is obtained by directly retrieving it from another memory location. The address of the operand memory location is specified in the instruction itself. Okay, so in this mode, the source and destination or both operands can be data memory locations. So hence the length of the instruction is what? It is 2 byte for a 1 memory operand, and if a 3 byte for a 2 memory operands if we use. So in this mode, the internal register except a program counter can be used as a data memory location. This type of instruction cannot be used to access the external data memory. The address of the data memory is always 8-bit. The SFRs can be used as the data memory location. So format for this direct addressing mode is nothing but first byte is opcode and second byte is 8-bit address. Okay, likewise we will see in an immediate addressing mode the format is what? First byte is operand but second byte is 8-bit operand. So here we are discussing addressing. So here first byte is opcode and second byte is 8-bit address for a single data. If we use the two data memory operands, then first byte is the first opcode and second byte is 8-bit address destination memory and third byte is 8-bit address source memory. Okay, so this is this is nothing but the direct addressing mode. So in our next video we will continue the remaining two addressing modes. Okay, thank you.